this particular current product is also iterated and new version release, and this particular product team which is developing a new product with the Have you ever thought why a product fails that is doing so good? Suppose एक ऐप है जिसके 100 million users है and eventually it fails at some point of time and nobody knew that it will happen due to a bad code. Hello everyone, my name is Rohan and welcome back to my channel. Today we are gonna talk about clean code. I thought of making this video on this topic because nobody is talking about clean code or very less people are talking about it. The intuition coming from this book, that is Clean Code from Robert C. Martin. I'm halfway through this book and the perspective and intuition that author brings on this book is commendable and very interesting. So what I'll be doing is I'll be summarizing some of the parts or section of this book via my YouTube videos, and all the credit goes to the author of Clean Code, that is Robert C. Martin. I don't own anything and I don't know as well this much of thing. I'm just reading this book, gaining some perspective, implementing to write them a cleaner code as well, and you can do so. So if you're new here, consider subscribing, and if you're a programmer and want to be a better programmer, do watch this particular series of video that will be coming in the future as well. So let's talk about clean code today. So first and foremost, what is clean code? So the definition of clean code is not distinct definition. There are lots of definition for clean code. Like, go ask a definition for happiness to someone, love for someone, or success for someone. Each of us have different definition for success. Likewise, each of have or should have a different definition for clean code. What do you think about clean code, right? So watch this video till the end and understand what clean code means according to the scenario we are going to talk about, and also let me know in the comment section what do you think about what is clean code, right? So let's come to our main topic, that is why a product failed due to bad code. And there are various reasons to this, right? So let's talk about only two reasons. That is one of not related to writing clean code. That is, there are various things like product management में गड़बड़ थी और business में गड़बड़ थी. There were not good salesperson, there were not good advertiser, things like that. And one is writing bad code, which eventually lead to the closing down of this product, and we are gonna discuss that in this video. So क्या होता है when business people focus much on the business side, होल्डिंग्स पे फोकस करते हैं, पोस्टर पे फोकस करते हैं, एक सोशल मीडिया रिप्रेजेंटेटिव अपॉइंट करते हैं, फेसबुक, इंस्टाग्राम, लिंक्डइन, एवरीवेयर डू एडवर्टाइज फॉर दिस प्रोडक्ट, बट व्हाट दे डोंट फोकस ऑन इज राइटिंग क्लीनर कोड विद बेटर सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग टीम and giving them a good particular span of time for writing better products, right? So let's take the scenario. We are in 2021 and let's take a product was launched in 2010. That is, this particular lifespan of 11 years. That product went from 0 user to million of users, and again some particular less users, and eventually the product shut down because the code was not clean. So what this code was not clean means, what happens is when you focus more on the business side, neglecting the software engineering team given enough time to write clean code and better code which can be scaled eventually when more traffic and more people come in, and whenever you are building some other features in the product, it can be easily integrated into the product. But what happens is, due to the velocity of releasing of this product, suppose a product is releasing on 10th of this month, right? And today is 2. So what happens is, this particular 8 days, whatever features are there are written in so hurry, so fast that the people in the software engineering don't get enough time to focus on the quality of code. So there are people who write the code, then fix the bug, and they change the style and architecture of the code later. But in this scenario, what happens, you need to deliver the product in 10th of this month and you have only 8 days left. So what they do is they neglect the cleaner code side of things, and they say that okay, let's write the product in this way only, and later we'll be summarizing this and fixing all the bugs and all the architectural issue or other things like bad architecture later on. But what happens is this later becomes never, and when the product is released on the 10th of this month, everyone is happy. And what happens is on the social media page of that product, everyone is super happy that okay, we have released 2.0 version of this product and it's doing so well with this particular features. What they don't focus on is that this code is not cleaner, and eventually in the long run this will result in the failing of the product we are gonna see, right? Okay, the product will release, everybody is super happy, everybody is partying. What happens next? That particular bad code was not fixed. On the next iteration, same amount of bugs and unmaintainable code was transferred to the next iteration. Again, timeline, jaldi product release karna hai, and things like that eventually result in the same thing what happened in the previous cycle. We'll fix this later, and again for the next iteration this goes on, and this goes on, and eventually the team reaches to a certain phase where they can't add any features because they have missed that particular fixing of unmaintainable code in that particular iteration, where everyone was happy with their social media profiles showing their new release of the product, but nobody cared about the clean code. So now what happens? The code is not maintainable. There are lots of bugs which is slowing down the product, and users are impacted. The product was doing good, but now due to the code it is not doing good. There are good advertisement going on, there are good business development going on, there are good infrastructure development going on, but the code is reached to a certain phase where it cannot be backed off. So what happens? The engineering lead and people like this comes in and says okay, can you modify the code a bit and eventually run some fixes, and the product will be working like a charm. But this doesn't happen, right? So what happens is the team decide to build a new product that is same as the product we are currently having, but this time we are gonna write cleaner code and better code. So what happens is the division of the team happens. How? Suppose there are 10 people in a team and 5 people are divided to other team, right? One of the team is responsible for maintaining the particular current product with certain new features as well, and which is not maintainable. Keep the point in mind, which is not maintainable, and there are 5 developers working around banging their heads and they are not liking it. And the next team, new team that everybody wants to be the part of, is the new product of the same product features is built again with the same set of APIs with a good architecture. So now what happens? This particular current product is going new iteration, and this product is built from scratch with particular members. It is built, and what happens is the way this product is going on and the way the new product is built on with a great architecture doesn't match up in a way that they imagined. So what happens is eventually after certain years of this I'm not talking about the months, I'm talking about the years. This goes on for years, and for reaching the velocity of a current product that is available to the user, the product team which were appointed to write a cleaner code for the velocity, meeting the velocity, they also messed up some around this cleaner code. Again, imagine dividing that particular new product for another demo product which will having a certain same feature as that new product, but it is totally a new product. Imagine hiring experienced folk, imagine hiring new people, investing so much in this infrastructure. So there was a minute mistake in the beginning in the iteration number 1 that was not fixed, and there was no given time to the engineering infrastructure and cleaner code people. So this was a small scenario that depicted how bad code can fail a product, and this eventually also affect the productivity of the developers. Imagine having an unmaintainable, buggable, and so bad code that you have, if you are fixing anything, it's also breaking some other things as well. This is not maintainable, right? So this results in the productivity of the developer as well. They don't want to work on this type of code as well, right? So eventually what happens is the productivity of this, when the product started out, goes down to zero, nearly zero, after a certain time when the product become unmaintainable. Imagine fixing a small thing resulting in some collateral damages which resulted into 10 days of fixing. So imagine that particular scenario in your team. So this was a small scenario that depicted how bad code management, a bad code can lead to the failure of the product as well. There is not only business side of thing that fails the product, there are also a not cleaner kind of side of thing which fails the product. So this is kind of a small snippet from this particular clean code book, and I'll be keep on bringing this kind of snippets in the future. So if you're new here, consider subscribing and share this video with your friends so that they can also like cleaner code. Thank you. I'll see you next time.